Hey, this is Jesse Grover with the Living in Vancouver YouTube channel. I am a local real estate agent here in Clark County that helps the growing families of Clark County buy the dream house of their future. I also help relocation and other buyers and sellers throughout the area. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me and I would love to help you out. Now, I'm going to show you the 3 best neighborhoods on the east side of Vancouver and show you why I love them and the areas that you need to be focusing on if you're looking for the east side. Now let me share my screen. Let's get into it. Here we are in Clark County, Vancouver, just north of Portland. So we are actually going to be looking at the east side, which I kind of think is this section here, just on the other side of 205. 500 you could consider up here, in Brush Prairie East as well. But when you say East Vancouver, a lot of people definitely think it's this kind of bubble right in there. So let's zoom down and take a closer look. So for bearing wise, here we are. This is going to be 162nd to 164th right there. You got 192nd on this side. 18th. This should be Mill Plain right here. And then this is going to be McGillivray. And Highway 14, and 205 like the map says. But that's kind of your main thoroughfares driving around on the east side. This is definitely what you're going to be using just to get around. So the first area, and I think my favorite area in all of Vancouver, is going to be Cascade Park. Now Cascade Park is really south of Mill Plain and 164th, and it's this whole section here. I really consider the heart of Cascade Park to be south of McGillivray. North up here in this section, you're gonna have this is Mountain View, and there's Mountain View High School. It's like right in here somewhere. But you are gonna have a lot of homes built more in the 90s, a lot of more, I guess, entry-level homes, and there's apartment complexes mixed in here. A lot of smaller lots, and mainly 3-bedroom houses. There's some 4 bedrooms mixed in there as well. But down along this section here, let's break that up right there, and McGillivray. Down in here, this Bella Vista, Wildwood, and River Ridge, these sections are some amazing neighborhoods. This section has a lot of old growth neighborhoods down here. If we can look at, I don't even know if that confused us even more. But if you see, I don't know, there's the high school there, but there's tons of trees all down in here. Excuse me. And it's just a beautiful place. These neighborhoods all here have a lot bigger lots, and there's a lot more custom homes. These houses are all built all these houses down in Cascade Park were all built in the, say, late 60s, 70s, and 80s. And there's no 2 houses the same. They're very old custom homes and just really cool old growth, bigger lots. Some of them have a 1/4 acre. Every time I drive down there, I just love it, and it's one of my favorite places to be. And that's going to be Cascade Park. You're going to have really easy access to 205 and Highway 14 and 162nd, and it's going to be an amazing place to call home. Another area that is really popular is Fisher's Landing. And Fisher's Landing, you're going to have kind of in this 15th, maybe 20th right here. But down into here, you're gonna have this whole section of Fisher's Landing and Villages. There's some apartment complexes mixed in all throughout here, but all these neighborhoods are really cool, really nice homes, built in 2000s, late 90s, things like that. And there's some gated communities down in this way, and there's just some really awesome areas to be in this Fisher's Landing area. This whole section right here, if you can tell, is going to be in the future a proposed development site where it's just kind of some county and some industrial buildings and things right now, and that's all going to eventually be turned into residential living, which is going to be really awesome in the future. Also, side mention, why I sectioned this off earlier, this fairway in 164th right here, there's actually a golf course down in here, and it's actually a retirement community, so 55 and over. So that's why I kind of left it off from the rest of Cascade Park, because it's a highly sought after area for retired individuals. But all this area right here you're really in the height of 164th, Mill Plain, and 192nd, with those three areas have tons of shopping, tons of big stores, tons of restaurants, anything you're really looking for, you're going to be right there, and you're going to be minutes off the highway, and you're really not going to hear the highway the way everything's designed. So it's just an amazing sought-after area on the east side of Vancouver. And lastly, the other area that we're really going to be looking into is just north of where we were in Fisher's Landing, and it's right in this kind of Mill Plain area. This whole section here, and some over this way in Cimarron, Countryside Woods. This kind of greater section is really awesome. It's very homey. This stuff is all built. All these houses are really built in the 90s over here. You're gonna have some decent lots up in here in this section. There's a small section up here where these guys all have acre lots up here, which is really cool. Cimarron, this section is almost like Cimarron is almost like a gated community. It is a really beautiful neighborhood. There is custom homes. They have a big HOA that is very involved, and it is a really cool neighborhood. You're also going to have First Place right over here, and that is filled with $1 million homes, super big custom homes, and it's amazing to drive through. Same with this little pocket right back here. You have Stony Meadows, and Stony Meadows is another $1 million home neighborhood that could be gated. They have like tennis courts in the park and stuff. It's really awesome. But all this area also, there's, as you can see, there's some light industrial and some restaurants and stuff right here, and you're really close to 18th, which you can get down to 205 going that way, or you can pop down to 192nd and Costco, or out to Camas going that way. So you have a lot of really easy, accessible living when you're living in this area, and there's a lot of two-story homes and a lot of families that live down in this neighborhood. So those three areas on the east side, I would definitely pay attention to this Mill Plain, Cascade Park, and Fisher's Landing. Those are my three areas on the east side that you should be paying attention to. This is Jesse Grover. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm a local real estate agent that grew up in Vancouver and Clark County, so I definitely love it. And if you have any questions, please call or text or reach out by email and comment and leave me what your best neighborhood that you think is in Vancouver. And I'll see you in the next one.